Greetings friends, it's me, Women29. This is a video going out to Minority Op. And hey, I found the videos to Soccer Prince that you did, the series, pretty interesting. And probably one of the most interesting was what you sent in video 4 at 3:50. I believe it was about searching. Video 4 at 7:35, and then video 5 at 2:04, where you talked about one converting into a belief system and coming back totally different, with totally different views of the world and literature, and the ability to think logically, not think logically, to have questions about it. Rather than being inquisitive, you end up just accepting everything, which is one of the things that, which is one of the reasons why I never even joined. And I think that for me right now, currently, Judaism allows you to ask all those questions and allows you to work it out for the most part, which is why currently I like it, even though it has some of its own problems. And I like how you said that you were still, wrestling with it. And as Jacob wrestled, I think a lot of people wrestle with it. I mentioned this to you before. I'm a little out of it right now. I'm having a woodchuck draft cider. I was out on Black Friday. Shopping was crazy. It was awesome. I had to get Mrs. Women29 a birthday present, so I was out. But anyways, what I was talking to you about before one time, and you said, oh, you should do a video on it. So here it is. This might apply. I come across certain rules that apply for belief system in studying religion and whatnot. And most of these will apply. There's 7 of them right now, but I keep adding to it. I guess 7's a holy number or something. But I have 8 actually. One I just thought of today. Yeah, I think about this stuff all the time. Like, I probably drive Mrs. Women29 talking about it. Drive her nuts talking about it, but all the time I'm constantly thinking about it. Rule number 1, when studying belief systems. These are assumptions that I have about belief systems, even before I approach the literature. Every belief system views their text, revelation, and theology as pure as the driven snow and original, and that every other perceived parallel is just a distortion of the truth. Number 2, each belief system sees its founder or founders as being divinely inspired and straight from the deities themselves, the message, or themselves. Each belief system will justify the violent aspects of their religious texts and theology and reconcile that with the perceived divine mission and worldview. Believers of all religions romanticize the history of their foundings, patriarchs, and sacred religion. Apostates of belief systems will maximize the perceived negative aspects of the belief system, while the believer will minimize such aspects. People will always be people, no matter what the belief system. And number 7, spoken words and actions of believers is far different than what the text relate. So no matter what people preach, I've done this myself. I've been kind of like a gnat. I bit some people, put them over the edge, and then like you've seen the swearing video of Glenn Rep going off, when I didn't really do all that much to provoke him. It's far different than what the ideal, text relate, or the ideal Christian is supposed to be. And this is tough, because a lot of times, especially with, evangelical ministers, they tend to live in glass houses. and they have to live this ideal lifestyle. They shouldn't have to because they're human, but they feel they need to set the example. They need to be the shepherd, so they feel they need to live up to the high standards that they themselves try to preach and adhere to. However, a lot of times they end up messing up, and it's pretty interesting. The one I added today is an interesting one. This would be number 8. Within belief systems, a dual message is present. One for proselytizing, and the other is for believers who are within the religion. And I think the 8th one is really interesting because the double message, as I got thinking about it, is one that you use to sell the package or sell the product, and the other is once you get in, you find out something different. All belief systems have it. So even though I'm a little drunk, those are the things that I follow when approaching believers and all that, and it's helped out quite a bit. Because what it does is it keeps me asking questions. And like you said, that's one of the reasons why I can't subscribe to anything, because I ask way too many questions, and I have it going in my head all the time. I agree with Judaism, say for example, on ideas of the Trinity. And I agree with Muslims on ideas of the Trinity, where they're non-Trinitarians. I can agree with that. However, there's stuff about Islam that I don't agree with them with. There's stuff about Judaism I don't agree with them about. And one of my favorite holidays is Christmas. Imagine that. I'm not even Christian, and I love Christmas. But I think that the bottom line is we need to keep asking questions. We need to keep pushing forward, wherever that might go. And I think eventually I'm going to align myself with a belief system. And right now it's looking like Judaism. I just have to study a little bit more. I have to align myself with a belief system that fits where I'm going with this and how I understand it. Because I see gems of truth in almost any belief system. And I see positive aspects in almost any belief system. But I can also see the negative. One of the positives of Christianity, just this weekend, I was at my aunt's, and my cousin had some problems, whatnot. And she said that, she's Christian, very devout Christian. And she's looking at some Bible schools. And she told me that one time, she felt suicidal at some point. And if it wasn't for her being Christian, she probably would have done herself in. And to me, it said, hey, I'm glad you're still here. She wants to go to Bible school, so I'm gonna help her look at some different Bible schools, and because I come from the evangelical background, so I guess I'll go. She wants to do missions. I said, hey, anything that relieves suffering in the world, just a little bit. She wants to teach. So that's a positive thing. I could care less. If she wants to go that route, benefits her life, benefits the people around her, benefits the community, and it gives her something to believe in, it gives her hope, then fine. She can take the metaphors, she can apply them to her life, and she can build on them and use them, and it means something else to everybody. So I guess one person that I found really fascinating, a person will probably be watching this video, but was Messianic DJ. When he first came on, he got a lot of, like I told him, right out, I could not, intellectually wrap my head around the idea of Messianic ideas. And then I haven't been on Stickam in a while. I went on, was talking to him, and here he changed. So people are always changing, and I think that when one sheep goes to another sheep pen, the sheep that are already there are all happy, pat each other on the back. So this trading of sheep happens all the time. But I think I like the open pasture where there's not that many fences. And I like going around to see the fenced-in sheep. I like observing them. I like thinking. I like hearing what they have to say, and I find how they interact really fascinating. But then I like to be able to leave when I want to, and go out and think about it. So that was an interesting set of videos. I saved them. I saved them, even though the first couple were pretty over the top. That was pretty interesting, and I think a lot of truth came out in that. And so take care, Minority Op. I want to send you a CD of some stuff about my Eastward library, and so eventually when I get things around, I want to do a few more files on the Judaism side. I got the Rushi commentary done, and I also have a few books that I have of Shelby Spong that I want to send to Third Proverb. So take care, everybody, and I hope that you had a good Thanksgiving if you lived in the U.S. I had a good time. I got to see some family. So take care, and remember, if everybody's thinking alike, then somebody isn't thinking.